Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Again, because I haven't met you face to face. Last time we did an interview over the phone, I think it was.
Yeah,
no, it's the real thing.
You were an enigma before.
It is, and you're just like you are on the TV.
It would be funny if we weren't.
Just as handsome as you are on the TV. On TV, I was just watching you on Graham Norton this morning. Sky Plus it. Amazing performance.
Yeah, it was good. It was a great opportunity, and first time we've ever played Sunday. On TV. So we've played Wonderful Life countless times, but it was good. It was a good moment. We managed to get lots of girls in lace again. So
yeah, well, I was going to say, quite impressive.
Difficult job.
Impressive backing with the violinist. That's amazing. Sounded really good as well. I was just saying to you just off air there, it's hard to project that sound, isn't it, on TV? Sometimes, I think. Yeah,
it was difficult. It was you've got to rethink things for TV, and it's got to be a bit of a performance, which we like to rise to that challenge. So it's all right, yeah.
And you walked past the ice cream that had wine in it. How come you walked past that without scooping up a bit, as you?
I didn't really trust it. Heston, and you're not really sure whether to trust it sometimes, what's in it.
Yeah. Did you meet the guys afterwards, after the show, before?
We did. We had like a 45-minute... I had a 45-minute chat with Heston about Iceland, which was bizarre.
Yeah.
And we met Ashton Kutcher as well, which was funny. And,
he seemed quite a fun guy.
Yeah, they're nice. They was nice. And Graham Norton's great. Ultimate professional, like so brilliant at his job, like even off camera. It was a great thing. Yeah.
What's he like off camera? Is he the same?
Exactly the same person.
Because he comes across as quite natural.
He's very natural, but he's just very good. He's a real treasure, I think.
Yeah. Last year was a phenomenal year for you. Was it biggest selling debut act as well?
It was
with Happiness.
It was. Do you know what it's been? It's been a roller coaster completely.
Yeah.
We've been
a lot's happened since we last spoke.
Yeah.
What was the highlight for you? Has it been this year or last year?
Literally, we have them every day. It sounds really weird, but we're playing the NME Awards tonight, and that's like, I'm sure tomorrow that'll be the highlight. But playing in Manchester to a sold-out crowd was a big moment, because it was finally the moment where you go, I mean, you play around the world, but the moment where you come to 5 minutes down the road from where you wrote the album and to the people who you know.
It's the variation of experiences, isn't it? Like, we went from Japan to Manchester in just a couple of weeks, and it's a very different feeling, but both amazing in a different way.
So quite disorientating.
Yeah, not really. I kind of get used to it, really. You just kind of, because our lives are so mental, you just kind of, you just take it with a pinch of salt. You just have to laugh about it most of the time. I
would say that you're a gayer's dream band in a way, because you're synth pop. Gays love that. You're dramatic, and you're, well, immaculately dressed as well. You've got that fashion thing going on.
Yeah.
Is that something that you had especially for the band, or is that just your style already?
It's just I think it's just who we are, and it was always important to us to just be who we were with conviction, I think, because there's a lot, especially for pop music, it's important. Show business, isn't it? That's what it is, and it's
a lot of bands look like you, though. You've got that classic look going on.
We kind of just look like supply teachers, though, or librarians,
office workers.
You look amazing. You look amazing on stage, and I think that's lacking in music.
Yeah, maybe, I think it's a big tradition of pop music. I think is that extra mile, and all our favourite people like Prince and Madonna and everybody, all these people have all done that in their life. So
I got sick of seeing scruffy lads, really.
Yeah.
I think it's good to take a bit of pride in what you wear.
Absolutely.
If you know, my parents see a picture of me on stage, I don't want to look like a lad in trackies.
No chavvy look. You mentioned obviously you're from Manchester. You haven't played Manchester Gay Pride, have you yet?
We haven't. I used to live actually on the street parallel to Canal Street, so it used to go straight past. I used to go straight past my house, and the big thing was on the corner.
Is that why you've not done it? Too many whistles,
it was like,
too much noise going on.
So much noise. But it would be good, actually. It might be a nice thing to do.
I think you'd be amazing next year. Well, this year, in summer. Be good to see you there. Now, my other half, the Gremlin, I think I mentioned this last time when I interviewed Russell. He's got a question for you, because he absolutely adores what you do, you guys. When are you going to work with Madonna? Because that's his other god, if you like.
It's interesting that, because we were talking about which bird we could get on the next record, because we got Kylie on this one.
Yeah.
So maybe Madonna's the next step, isn't it?
I've heard, you know what, when you get into the behind the scenes in the industry, I've heard some amazing stories about Madonna, that she's such an amazing got a massive work ethic, that she's like the first person in the studio and the last person out on every record every day. She does not stop working on it, and she's massively like in control of everything, and that's like, if she wasn't amazing enough, to know that she was so passionate about it was a great thing.
Because you have a lot of A-lister fans, don't you? Is she one of them? Has she approached you?
I don't know.
Maybe we should try and find out.
Yeah. When are you going to produce a film score as well? Because I think your music would suit a film.
I think that's kind of the ultimate, really. When I was a young lad getting into music, that's what I always wanted to do. So I imagine I imagine one day it'd be great if like someone like David Lynch just rang us up and went, "Do you fancy doing a bit of work?"
Yeah.
That's a dream scenario. Who knows?
Yeah, because he's quite dark. And your music's quite dark, although it's joyous as well.
Look at that. Made in heaven.
It's quite contradictory in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of that in it, contradiction and the interplay between differences. I think that's because that comes from a product where there's two of us.
Yeah.
And the dynamic in our the way we work and our tastes and everything shifts a lot. So we kind of thrive on difference, I think.
But you weren't so happy at Christmas with the Christmas single. All I want for Christmas is New Year's Day. Trying to get out of the way.
When we wrote it, we were amazingly happy. We wrote Sunday off the record, which is a very joyous moment. And then I remember writing the Christmas song when we got drunk one night, and then I went and bought a Christmas tree. And I remember sitting in a taxi on the way home thinking, I like my life. I'm happy with it.
Yeah. Was it a different Christmas?
Well, it was written about the Christmas before when we were on the dole and we were sat and. It was really grim, like really. I mean, that's not even an overstatement. It was grim, like, and I remember thinking that I love Christmas a lot. Like, it's such a big moment, I think, and Christmas songs are such a tradition. It was always something we dreamed of, and I think it's often sort of derided, Christmas songs, but they're the fabric of pop music. They're as important as anything else, and songs get more powerful when they've got memories attached to them. Yeah, and Christmas is a perfect time. So.
Yeah. Your music really suits the remix as well, because you've got a dance element to your original stuff that you produce. But you've had Seamus Haji, the Freemasons, doing your work.
Yeah.
Do you go clubbing a lot? In suits?
Do you know what? We tend to do most of our nocturnal activity abroad. We don't really go out in Britain much.
Is that because it's better over there?
It is better, yeah. Especially if you go to Eastern Europe, they know how to party. They really know how to party in Eastern Europe. So.
But you haven't been clubbing with us yet.
My favourite nightclub experience was I was in Japan with Jay-Z, and it was me and Jay-Z in this R&B nightclub in Japan. No lads there, just birds all over the place.
Yeah.
And I'm sat there with Jay-Z, about 20 minders around us, and I was telling him about the dole. And I remember this moment, all these girls screaming at him, and I was just there trying to explain the dole system, Rusholme Job Centre, Manchester, blah blah blah. So that was my favourite ever nightclub memory. Most surreal.
And Kylie as well. You must have been clubbing with her, partying with her.
No, we haven't. She's so busy that we don't really see her very often. But when we do, I tend to bump into her in weird places actually, which is quite nice. But she's what a woman she is, and it was a great moment that, and we've talked about it a lot recently, and because obviously she's just started her tour in the places that we've just come from, like Finland, and. I can't wait to see it. If we get, hopefully, we'll be able to get a chance to see it because I know she's worked really, really hard for it constantly.
There's a real secrecy about her, though. There's almost a Kylie that nobody knows about.
Yeah, I think there is, but I think the Kylie that we saw is the one that she's just even more than you imagine, which is she's even more nice, even more beautiful, even more humble, even more intelligent and graceful and everything that she's just kind of amplified in this really sort of, in a really disarming way. So, great woman.